Hi, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with Colleen. We're on Creators Co. TV, and I have the lovely Bailey Bethard here. I'm so excited about today. We're actually in her shop right now. This is Bailey's Book Nook, and it's in downtown on Market Street. I'm like asking her as I'm realizing.
That's all of the things, yeah. I usually say it's on Market Street between Kobe's and Maxwell's because those are like long time pieces here.
Yeah. It's so you can go get sushi, come get a book, and then go to the bar and read it.
Yeah.
Get yourself a drink.
That sounds like a good day. Yeah.
It does sound like a really good day. So yeah, let's just talk about your lovely shop here. It's so beautiful. I know you guys can see like the front door back here. And it's just, I love how bright it is in here. I love your decor, which we got to talk about a little bit. She had fun decorating it. Tell me a little bit, like, how did you pick this location? And like, where did you decide, when did you decide, I want a bookshop?
So we're in 2026, like March, I think, of 2025. I was with my book club and I was like, I have this idea and I think it'd be really fun. And from that point, it went through a few iterations of like what it would actually be. But then looking back, it wasn't as chill as it was in my head. In my head, I was like, oh, it's not, I'm just like playing around. But I was making like full business plans and like Pinterest boards and stuff. So it wasn't like as relaxed as I thought it was. But yeah, I just threw together a business plan of like, what would this look like? And what would I want it to actually look like aesthetically, and colors and vibes and core words that I want people to like experience when they're in the store. And I was like, well, it'll happen at some point. Whatever, it's just fun.
Yeah.
And then I was driving by on Market Street every day to go to work. And I saw a little sign up in the front and I was like, oh, that's probably a really cute building, but it's too small because all the lights were off and you just drive by it really quick. These are called shotgun style buildings, which they don't really do anymore. So it's very long. It's not as like so square. It's more of like a long rectangle. So I think one day I saw it on Facebook, the like ad for this. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's huge and it's perfect. That was like, I want to say the last weekend of September, and by October 11th, I had signed a lease. I had like finished my business plan, got funding, did all these things, and fully signed the lease, which was crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So the pinning on Pinterest set you up for success, it sounds like.
Yes, truly.
Because you had like planned everything beforehand and then...
A little bit, yeah. I think I had looked at other ideas of like, what would it look like over here or in this building, or like there's other maybe less expensive places in Reading, but they were much more like office building. And I really wanted charm and character. Yeah. And I have worked for a long time at Carousel, the clothing store, and they are in the Lorenz Hotel, and that's like another like really cool historic building in downtown Reading. And I was like, this is what I want. And they had just opened Ferris Wheel Kids, so I saw the whole process, and I was very like uplifted by everything. And so when I saw this, it just immediately clicked. So that has been when I'm talking to other friends of like, oh, well, if they want to open a business, I'm like, I feel like it just has to be the right place. I mean, I think there's a lot of things, but for me, it was like once I found the right spot, I was in.
That's great. And you said that you got funding. Are there grants that you can get and that sort of thing? Or how did that go for you?
I was very fortunate to get funding from family. And I was able to set up like a low interest loan with them, which helped me do it in a quick time period.
That's great.
So I had my mom and then my husband's uncle, and they helped me a ton and believed in me and trusted me. So there definitely are, like SBA, I worked through I think it's Shasta Jedi. It's like the women's of North State.
Okay. That's
small
a cool
business. Name. Yeah, I know Jedi. I was like, it must be an acronym for something, but I'm not positive what it's for.
Okay, but
unless it's like, no,
just Star
We're
Wars.
actually, yeah.
You're probably right.
The force is with you.
The force is with you. We will hand you the force.
Yeah, I guess.
To be with you.
It must be an acronym. But so I worked with them and they helped me. You get like an individualized coach. It's a free resource for women in the area. And I want to say it's like the North State. Like it's like a whole big thing.
Okay. That's cool.
And I'm on there. You could be on there. Any women in business, and you get access to people who can help you with marketing, tax forms, emailing, how to set up if you need employees, like all of the things that you need to know. And you basically get like a coach that can help you with all of those things. So that has been really cool. And then my coach also knows other people in the area and is like, hey, you should try this. Or, oh, I also work with this one person who does this kind of thing. So that has been a really cool resource.
That's great. And Shasta Jedi.
The Jedi maybe Foundation. But yeah, I think if you put in like Shasta Jedi small business.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, for people who are listening, if they want to know more.
Yeah.
And I want to look this up, actually.
Yeah.
Does that really include like filmmaking, do you think? Because it is a business. You do employ people. It's not it's not an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I think so. I think they do a whole myriad of things. Like I know they were doing a women who want to have like a cottage food business. And it was like,
that's cool.
Teaching them how to, it looked like a cooking class / a like how to get from point A to point Z of like, I have this idea and I am good at cooking to the end goal of like actually opening up a cottage. So, which is obviously very different than like a retail space of this. Kind of different idea. So yeah, I think it's probably a little bit of anything.
Cool. Okay. We all need to look this up. Okay, ladies.
It's really cool.
Sounds awesome.
It's a good resource.
That's great. So I realized I didn't introduce you very well, other than this is your book short. So now you know she's a book lover.
Yes.
And she's also an entrepreneur, and she's a small business owner. And she's also a wife. You heard my uncle.
Oh, I did. I know.
You said my husband's uncle. So she introduced herself.
I tend to bring him up a lot.
That's
I really
good.
like him.
That's awesome.
I tend to like.
That's good. That's important.
Like I'm the person that talks about their spouse all day, but I just. What's not to love about? I mean, you should love your spouse. You should love your spouse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The last guest I had, she said that her husband is her hero and best friend. This is her.
Yeah.
So you're not the only one who loves her husband. I also love my husband very much. So I think that's important.
Yeah.
If you aren't in love with your husband, it's important to like work through that. And on a serious note, actually.
Yeah. No, it's not supposed to be that hard.
And it's normal to like, and it's also normal to go through patches. Mm-hmm. So to encourage you, like you're not gonna like just, we can go dive.
That's true.
We can dive deep in that.
We've been married for a year and like 3 days. So we've been together for 4 years.
Yeah.
So not brand new and not brand new.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme.
We dated for 3 years before 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years before we got married too.
Yeah.
We were dated and then 2? Or what was your how long did you engage?
Am I messing up this? No, I don't think I'm messing this up. We met on St. Patrick's Day.
That's cool.
We were dating for 2 years and then we got engaged and we were engaged for a year.
Okay.
And then we got married on St. Patrick's Day.
That's cool.
And we're a few days after St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's cool. We also dated for 2 years, got engaged, and then a year later got married. So I don't know. I don't know about you, but for me that was like good timing to like really get to know the person. And just because we probably would have got married sooner, but his brother got married this summer. So we're like, oh, let's just wait till the spring. Okay. And they were engaged before, so we didn't want to like be like, we're going to get married before you. And we could have been that way, but we chose not to.
Yeah, no, I was very clear about my timeline. I was like, I would like to be engaged. And it wasn't like a hard cutoff, but it was definitely like, this is just what I am picturing. And he went with it.
That's great. That's great. That's a good husband.
Yeah, I'm not the quietest wife. I'm definitely a little more go get him.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I feel like there's always one or the other. Like you have the quiet wife or husband, and then the like I don't know, lively, passionate other spouse, wife or husband, And yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's normal because I'm probably more the lively. But then again, my husband's kind of like a rhino. Like when he does something,
I think
he's
it's,
like,
it's almost like I'm going to say real life, but like in outside of our home, he's much more like,
I see what you're saying.
He can talk to anyone. He's like a golden retriever, everyone's best friend.
That's cool.
He's a music producer, so he just has to be good at like talking to strangers, and I can bring him anywhere and I won't be alone, and he's just the perfect person to bring anywhere.
Yeah.
And then at the house, I'm definitely a little more like, this is the way.
That's awesome. Are you introverted, would you say?
Probably.
Okay, because just because of like when you guys leave your house, I feel like introverts when they're home, they're just like, they just let loose, because out in public they're just more like, I just want to be, somewhere in like comfortable and not with so many people because it's overwhelming. Because my husband's introverted, and when he gets around a crowd, he's very like, he's such a good listener, and he's like kind of morphs and like, if people ask him a question, he answers it. But when we're home, it's just like, he's just like all giddy, like playing. Yeah, he's just a different person out.
Yeah.
Like,
have you heard of the like, it's the golden retriever and the black cat is like that combination.
Okay.
I think at the end of the day, James is the golden retriever and I'm the black cat.
Yeah.
That's adorable. we really,
I love that.
What did he say the other day? He was like, he's the balloon and I'm like the anchor, where he makes me like look up to the sky, and I'm the one that says like, this is your ground, like this is your home. And it's really a good combination because he pushes me to be like, what are my dreams? What are the big things? What do I want to experience in life, and what's important to me? And I'm more like, okay, take a breath and like look at your surroundings. Tell me where you are. What's our next goal? What's our day by day, our step by step? And so it's a great combination.
That's beautiful.
I know he's poetic. Yeah, it's like,
that's beautiful.
Of course, you just bring that.
Love that.
Yeah.
I'm like that. That's really cool because it's interesting because I'm probably more of the golden retriever in the relationship then. Let's just go with this analogy. I like it. And I am probably more the balloon, and my husband's definitely more of like a grounding, like, he's very practical. He's like, okay, you have this dream, and he's always like, how can we pursue that? How can we make that happen? And I'm like, that's great, because I do want it to happen. If I didn't have him, actually, literally, I don't think if I married him, I wouldn't be able to be like, oh, I need to do A, B, and C, and then I can have that amazing, like, big dream, through time, like practical steps. So I love that. I love the balloon analogy.
Would you say this is a dream of yours?
This is a dream of mine, doing Coffee with Colleen. The way that I thought of doing Coffee with Colleen was during COVID. I don't know if I told you this. It was during COVID, and I was just like, everyone was, it was very like sad and like scared. Everyone, I just could feel the fear of like, are you going to get COVID? Are you going to, your grandparents, all this stuff. And I just thought, it'd be fun to like have a show online where I can just talk about like dreams, which is like my balloon, like the dreamy side, the very positive. Like, so I would just ask people I knew or met, and then we'd talk, and it was just it was live, but it was like camera, it wasn't like in person. And so, and I would literally like, sometimes I play games, sometimes I just have them share about like their dream and like how they're pursuing it. That was like the big theme. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So because one of my favorite things like in life, and like not just like on TV, is to like encourage people to like pursue things that are really difficult, but also encourage them like as a person. So it's like another reason why I like have people on, like I'm excited to hear about your life, and then if there like a thought of encouragement comes to my mind, I usually like share it. Yeah. So
that's cool.
That's why I wanted to do Coffee.
That's really sweet.
Thanks for asking.
That's good. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, I think this came from, came from, I think, so I'm 26, I'll be 27 in June.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to say like a point in my life, even though that sounds like I'm super old, but it's not. I really struggled with, I didn't feel like I had like a goal in life, or like, I really like working retail or restaurants, but I was like, is this really what I'm going to do? And I think there were a lot of beautiful pieces about it that were really actually helpful for women and people I experienced. But I was like, what's the big thing? Like, my husband's a music producer, and he's been wanted to be a music producer since he was like a child.
Yeah.
And
very clear.
I never had that. Yeah. And I didn't finish college. I didn't have the degree. I didn't have anything that was telling me what to do. And I would go through phases of like, I'm going to be a hairdresser. And then I would like get super into it. And then I would, you know, basically get to the point where I'm like going to pay for a school, and then I would pull out. I wanted to be like a tattoo artist or a chef, or, I mean, they were all very like artsy things.
Yeah, very creative.
But I was so scared of making the wrong choice that it would paralyze me in anything. And I would just cry we walk a lot, and I would just cry and I'd be like, I'm so upset that you have this thing and I don't have anything. And he was very much like, well, let's find your thing. Like, let's just pick something. And I got in this headspace of like, well, if I pick something, then I have to do this thing for like the rest of my life. And like, I can't make a wrong decision, and I can't put money into something that isn't forever, and like all of these things. And he really helped me like break down those barriers. And then we got into a point, probably, I mean, it was obviously between the March and the October of last year. And he was like, he was like a little tough love about it. Like, when he tells the story, he makes it sound worse than it was. But we were just telling my parents about it the other day. Like, he was basically like, pick something. Like, you have to pick something. I don't care which one is it. Do you want to go to cosmetology school? Do you want to open the bookstore? Or the other one was like moving abroad. And he was like, and then we will put all of our energy towards that thing. And like, I, as in him, am at the point to like help move you and foster you into the direction that you want to go, because he's self-employed and can sustain us. And so he's like, just pick something. And I said, you know, when push come to shove, I was like, okay, the bookstore. And then it all kind of came together.
That's great.
So I don't know how I got there, but I think I was just talking about dreams and like big things, and I just couldn't find my way.
Yeah. And well, you mentioned that's how you decided to do this.
Yeah.
That's how you started telling that story. Well, it's interesting because when you're talking, I thought of, have you heard of Scott Adams? He just recently passed away, but he had a book called it's something like Failure to Succeed. Okay. Really good book. And it talks about how he was able to succeed. He like, what I'm getting at is a lot of times, and I am very similar like you, like my husband's like, okay, you want to do acting, you want to do filmmaking, let's just do it. How are we going to do it? And he's like, why don't you do coaching? And I'm like, I want to do coaching, but it costs money. He's like, doesn't matter. You know, just like pushing me. But what I'm getting at with the book with Scott Adams is like, in the book, he talks about like a lot of times people who won't succeed is they have these great ideas, but they don't ever go for it. And he talks about how failure is a part of success. Yeah. That like, but you didn't quite like go for everything, but you kind of did. You know, you started it and then you dropped it. Okay, we'll just call that like a failure, which may have been like a struggle for you. Like, have I failed because I didn't follow through? But even that little bit of like decision and like dropping it, like allowed you to get to where you are. And it's going to continue as you get older. You know, you're going to continue to pursue something and several things. And his thing was like having many hats and like what's is going to work. Most of them will fail, but there's always one thing that will one or more things will succeed. So I know I'm kind of rambling now. My brain's going. I know. But it made me think of that book. It's a really good book to encourage you. You should read that book. Yeah. And maybe I can find it and you could put it here. You could read it first and then put it in your shop. It's a really good book. Yeah. Like, I don't read a lot. I love books. It takes me a long time to read books, so I'm very selective when I choose a book, and I will read it. So I have to pick one, and then I'll read it. That was one I read, and I was like, wow, I feel permission to fail.
Oh, I love that.
It's like instead of failure is like a bad thing or something like you have to get healing from, it became like you have to fail in order to figure out what you want to do kind of a thing. And I encourage you to read it. Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah.
A Failure to Succeed, I believe is what it's called. So
yeah, a lot of it too, I think, was like embarrassment of like, when you were saying that, I thought of it like, I was so embarrassed that I had told my mom or my grandpa or whoever, like, oh, I'm going to be a hairdresser. And then I'm like, oh, I'm just going to ghost you and not say anything and just like hope you forget. And I'm like, oh, also, I'm going to open a bookstore now, but you have to like believe me. So I don't know. I was dealing with a lot of like Boy Who Cried Wolf or just embarrassment that I placed on myself of like, I have to take something seriously or else no one's going to take me seriously.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably right on, I don't know the right word. It's like for kids, like developmental track. Like for my coming out of my early mid-20s, going into my later 20s of being like, oh no, I don't have to be embarrassed about pursuing things that I enjoy. Like what a joy of life to be able to pursue things that I enjoy and have multiple things that I could enjoy. Like I think that's great. Yeah. Because it's otherwise it's boring.
Yeah, it's true. And it's great that you have a husband who's like able to support you in that. And last time I encouraged the audience to have children. Now I'm going to encourage you to get married.
Oh my God.
Very traditional. Those people are going to hate me or love me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is really, to have a partner in your life is like, it really does enhance you. Just like children, like you learn things about you that you're like, oh, I need to grow in that. Or they push you. Like someone who, it's a good place to be when you're married with someone because it's forever. If you decide to keep that contract together in the beginning, like my husband and I are like, we're never divorcing. Like that's not on the table because we're going with our vows, like for better or for worse. You have that. That's such like a nice cushion blanket to be like, wow, you know, for certain personalities. For me, like I had fears of like the person not wanting, you know, that kind of fear of like, oh, they're not going to be with me forever. But we decided that. I was like, okay. And there's things that I have to grow in. Like there's moments where like, this is not fun. We need to make changes or it's just our life is going to be horrible. Yeah. And we made those changes and we'll probably have to do more changes because that's the part of relationship is like butting heads, going together. But also the joy of marriage
is to do that and still be beside someone and know that they aren't scared of you or like, I don't know if that's the right word, but just like,
that's good.
Yeah. Like I want to treat my partner well. And I know if I slip up and I'm mean when I shouldn't be or say something that I shouldn't say, he's not going to grab the keys and leave. Like he is there. Yeah. So I think probably the most important choice you can make in life is your partner because even as with, we don't have kids, but like, I'm choosing someone to be the father or the parent of my children, which is like a huge thing.
It is huge,
and
for sure.
And to have your parents pass away and to go through financial troubles and intimacy troubles, like all of these things that like you're choosing a life partner and life is so much bigger than like, oh, we get to paint the cabinets, which is also a really fun thing. But like it's true. There are like, so many big things.
I love that you're saying that because we can get so caught up in the beginning like of a dating relationship. This is the angle we're going now. It's like marriage. I guess. So we'll probably go in different angles, but right now we'll stick to this one. But like in the dating relationship, there's that la la land area where you're just like, oh my gosh, so wonderful. And it is. And then you start to like get serious. You have to really think about it. And it's like, it can be scary for people, but it's actually something that you can think logically sometimes because a lot of times in relationships you'll have feelings and then those feelings will go and they'll come back and they'll go and they'll come back. And so it's like knowing someone that you can be a friend to, giving advice, like you can be a friend to, can who will grow with you.
Yeah.
Like these are things for me. I was like, I want someone who will be a friend, someone that will grow and not like get stuck in like a certain like way. So I know like if we learn things that are not working, that will work towards like better lifestyles for each other and just for ourselves.
Yeah.
Those are probably the big things for me. And then obviously there had to be attraction for intimacy because intimacy is so important. But yeah. What were the most important things for you when you were
I know,
picking him?
I started going through.
Yeah.
I think the number one thing was like kindness, slow to anger, and like honesty.
That's really good.
And I think as kind of what we were talking about, like our questions that we would go through, I think
Yeah.
what was one, it was like one of the hardest things you've overcome or like something along that lines. And I had some really, which this isn't getting away from this topic. This is definitely staying on the marriage topic.
I can tell you what the question is right now. It's what is your what is a struggle you've overcome and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I was going with it. Was I've been in very bad relationships, like very. Is this a podcast for adults or children?
Adults. You're fine.
Very like emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, sexually abusive, like kind of all of the things that you can be. And I think that really shaped how I pursued relationships, but even like friendships, like any sort of relationship in my life.
Yeah.
And I am much more I'm gonna say scared, but I don't think that's I'm much more like reserved when it comes to people now. Like I'm much more like, okay, let me I don't start at like 100% trust. I start at 0% trust and then like build from there. Whereas I know a lot of people or someone like my husband starts at like 100% and then you break that down. And then, or you stay, you know what I mean? And so I don't know where I was going with that, but.
You're picking what was most important for you.
That shaped what I was picking for.
Okay,
it was
that makes
like
sense. Yeah.
Someone who doesn't raise their voice, or when they do, they're like, "Whoa, sorry, that was a lot."
Yeah.
And like, if you need a second, I will take a second. We can come back to this in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Doesn't like hit a wall or do like these things that are just. I mean, to me, just emotional immaturity and inability to be an adult in an adult relationship.
Yeah.
And so, that definitely shaped what I was looking for in a partner. Kindness, slow to anger, and honesty. Because honesty is huge for me, where it's like we can't be on the same page if we're not honest to ourselves and to each other.
That's really good.
And then you can't go anywhere. Like it's just it's an important baseline.
That is very important. Yeah, because if you're honest in a relationship, you can also like be like, oh yeah, like you said, oh that wasn't very fair what I did, or you can communicate, hey, that wasn't kind. And then if you both can be honest, you can kind of take a step back and be like, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
honesty is so important. It's so good. Yeah, that's great. So I'll ask you another question. Because you talked about some things that you struggled with. Not that you have to share everything in the world, but I'm going to go to another question.
Yeah.
Another coffee date question, because when you have like a quality coffee date, I feel like these questions are really quality.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, like, what is your greatest fear and how do you navigate or face it daily to persevere?
Yeah. Which is, again, we'll probably stay on the same topic.
Yeah, that's
Apparently
great.
This is a marriage podcast now.
That's great.
My greatest fear is like being alone, for sure, or being maybe lonely. Like I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I had one really close friend, and then we had a falling out when I was like 22 or something like that.
Not that long ago, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that long
ago. Like
being
5 or 6 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so she was like my best friend all throughout elementary school, middle school, high school, and then we lived together after high school, and then that's where things kind of broke apart. And then pursuing romantic relationships just for the hope that they would love me or stay with me or be like a person that I could depend on. And now being in this relationship, losing my husband or being alone is definitely the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And what do? I just hope and pray.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you do except enjoy life? I mean, we go on lots of walks together. We go through quality time. We do our morning gratefuls, which is like,
oh, that's cool.
You know, things that are super cheesy, but they're also there for a reason.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like the thing we wake up and then we like roll over and hug each other. And then before we like get out of bed or do things, we do our gratefuls. And so
that's cool.
We kind of have our list of like things that we go through. And some days it's a little more of like a checklist, and some days it's a little more like natural, free flowing. But it'll be like, I'm grateful for the food in our fridge, the cars in our driveway, to have a home that we love, that my business is succeeding, to have you, James, as my friend, as my husband, like all. So
that's great. I love this.
We go through these things and
take this, everyone.
I know.
Do this.
It's a big one. It's one of those things where it feels silly in the beginning, and then it truly is like I don't pray. I'm not religious, but it does feel like my form of prayer.
Yeah.
Like I feel so overwhelmed with gratitude for my life that it's like a release for that.
Yeah. That's great.
And it's become big. So what do I do to like stifle that fear? Would it be to try to just live in the moment and enjoy and hug and kiss the people that I love every time I see them. And I lost a boyfriend of mine in high school who was a drug addict, and he died when he was like maybe 17. And I think that shaped a lot of my fears of being alone or me leaving for work and my husband just dying like on his morning walk or something. You know what I mean? Which are big things.
That is a big thing.
Working through.
Yeah.
That it feels like a
it's
continual fear, and then like a breathing into that fear. Like, okay, we got to keep going, and we got to just live life, and life goes on.
Yeah.
And I would be okay. It would be the worst thing in the world, but I would be okay. Like I would,
but yeah,
I would keep living, and I would do everything that I would want to do with him or for him, or that he knew that, you know what I mean? Like keep living the way that I know he would want me to live. Just so dark.
Yeah, it's hard when you experience something like that.
Yeah,
that's good that I think the gratefulness is such a good mindset to start for your day, because I feel like thankfulness will combat that fear.
Yeah.
Like as you're thankful, and even like, doing it while you're at work, if you start to feel that fear, you're like, I'm thankful that right now my husband is alive.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that right now this morning we had this thing happen, or that we're gonna go on this date. Like just like, because I feel like fear is such like everyone goes. I'll share a little bit of my thing just so you're not feeling like, so I can be vulnerable with you basically. But like, I think that thankfulness is such a big deal. And I don't think I personally say thankful things I'm thankful for enough. I might, or even think about the things I'm thankful for, because it does. I think thankfulness is like above, and then like fear is here. So if you choose to be thankful, it like makes the fear like disappear almost. If not, like it like is like to cast aside. You know what I mean? That's cool that you do the gratefulness with your husband. Yeah. That's really amazing. Like my husband and I were doing like prayers and like in dreaming together in the mornings. We stopped doing it because we do have children that are waking us up.
Yeah.
But
that's another thing.
But we were doing it even when they were, but it got to a point where we just got, anyways, it's still worth it, even if you don't get enough sleep to do that. So it's very worth it. I was going to share, like, I actually, growing up, had gone through a lot of deaths in my family. So it's interesting how, like, your fear was, like, loneliness through what you had experienced, like, experiencing someone so close to you, like, go away. Mine ended up being, like, abandonment, like, which is a weird thing. Like, I've gone through lots of, like, healing and, like, processing and counseling on that area. Like, there's some people who I lost that were, like, family members, but, like, distant family members. But then I had lost my dad when I was 15 and a best friend when I was 16. And then it goes on. I lost my brother and through also, like, drug addiction. But it's so interesting to me. Like, the abandonment that I used to feel, and I've worked through it, like, it caused me to act emotionally immature in my relationship, even with my husband now, to the point where I was, like, later, I don't know if you've ever had this, like, you almost feel like after you've done something you realize this wasn't very fair, you feel kind of like, was I drunk then? Where did that come from?
You're
that
like, wasn't me.
Oh, that's something I need to work through, which is really, I'm glad there are tools out there that you can get healing from stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just thought I'd share a little bit for you. Hello. So yeah, so loneliness. I love the gratefulness. I'm going to take your gratefulness tip and I'm going to put it in do I have pockets up here? No, I have pockets down here. Put it in my pocket and I'm going to do that.
Yeah. No, it's a really good one.
Yeah, that's great.
It helps.
Do you guys do it every morning? Like, for sure,
we
every
do it
morning?
Every morning. If
That's
there's
great.
a morning that we miss it, it's definitely like a, sorry. What was I saying?
Oh, yes.
We do it every morning.
Yes, the gratefulness.
And if we miss it, I feel like we feel it. Yes.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
there will definitely be days where we're like, man, we're just kind of, like, at each other's throats today. Like, what is happening? And it's definitely this. Like, because I think it just resets, like, my nervous system.
Yeah.
And I think I've gotten to the point where it's like, I mean, death is a part of life. So
that is a good point. It is.
It's
hard.
It is going to happen at some point,
That's
one way or the other, or my parents or my sibling, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, at some point, that's, like, the common factor.
That's true.
That I have to be like, if something were to happen today, tomorrow, a year, 15 years, then, like, what a joy that I got to experience it at a capacity that I think, unfortunately, a lot of people don't experience it at. Like, hearing relationships where it's so difficult, or they're just maybe not set for each other, whatever it is. That I'm so grateful that I did. Yep. And will continue to do.
I love that. I literally was just thinking in the shower, like, yesterday. I was realizing, I think I just, all of a sudden.
It's all the best places.
It is. The shower. Like,
yeah,
I saw
I know. I was listening to a podcast with the little kid was like, Mom, I have no thoughts during the day, but then I get in the shower and I have so many thoughts. And she's like, well, yeah, just, those are thoughts. Just think about them. Like, just let them.
That's hilarious.
But sorry, I cut you off. Yes, you
I
were
love
thinking
that,
in the shower.
Actually. No, I was thinking in the shower. And it's like my alone time.
Well,
funny.
Yeah.
My father-in-law one morning was like, wow, you take really long showers. I do wash my hair like twice, and I have to wait for the conditioner. I have a lot of hair. Yeah. So I do these things, but I do stand in the shower probably for like 3 minutes or so, like just standing there and thinking, because it's my alone time.
I was going to say.
I have children. They don't like showers. My son does not like taking a shower.
Gosh forbid you have like a second. You have little ones.
I have little ones, yeah. So when I'm in the shower, like, usually no one will go in there. And my son will follow me, like, when I use the bathroom and stuff. But if I'm in the shower, he hates the shower, so he won't.
That's so funny. I saw someone else that was like, life hack for your kid coming into the bathroom with you, and she, like, turned on the hair dryer and he zoomed out because he didn't like the noise. Awesome. And I was like, that's so true. And they're fine. It's a hair dryer. It's a shower. I know. They're not traumatized. They'll be okay.
Fine. I don't know why he doesn't like the shower, other than, like, I think it just hurts the
sensory. Yeah,
it is a sensory thing for him. There are things that he just does not like sensory wise. Yeah. But what I was gonna say was, with that, I had the thought of, like, okay, I have this life. Like, I'm I only have so many more years left in this life, or less, you know, who knows. But like if I go with like aging out, I was like, what do I want to do with this life? And for some reason, it never dawned on me that I could do whatever I want, that my life is my life. I don't know. I've had some good experience lately that have freed me up from like feeling trapped or stuck. And I always thought I was free from that until recently. And I actually feel the freedom, like, oh, what do I want to do with this time? And I just felt this excitement about it. And I feel like what you're saying is like quality of life, like choosing the quality of life that you have, like quality time with my family, and how do I spend it? Like even I was grouchy the other day and I was like, we know how this goes. If I continue to be grouchy, my son will feel it and he will start to be grouchy. My husband will also, everyone will just feel it and we'll all start to be grouchy. And then we'll all be mad at each other and it'll just end up in not a fun day. And I was like, I don't want that day. So I was like, I'm going to choose to, I had to say out loud, I'm going to choose not to be grouchy right now. And I'd be like, and then I changed the subject. And then slowly the anger that I was feeling was like, I was able to like let it go. And because it wasn't a big deal what I was frustrated about. I was just overwhelmed and tired. And it was a better day. Quality of life.
Yeah, I think a lot about like I want to get to the ender years of my life and ending years of my life and be like looking over the horizon and like, wow, how incredible was that?
That's awesome.
That'll make me cry. But yeah, it's just like, it's so sweet to think of like spending your life filled with joy and granted, we don't have kids. Which is a big thing. And like it also takes a lot of time and touch and money and feeding and all of these things. And but I have heard another kind of quote thing where it was like, you can look at your life as, you know, there's dishes in the sink and the floor's messy and I didn't make the bed and all these things. Or you can think of it as like wow, we had a great meal. So there's dishes in the sink and like the floor's messy because my kids are alive and I enjoyed their time and their, you know what I mean?
That's
and
really
like,
good.
The refrigerator full of magnets is like a life well lived. Like these things that when you flip it on its side or on its head can be beautiful things.
Yeah.
I love
that.
It's just our mind is so powerful.
And
I don't think we give it credit for what we can do with like mindset and repetitive things like gratefuls or like looking in the mirror and affirmation kind of stuff. So
yeah, because a lot of external comes from the mind. Like if you believe in yourself, like your husband encouraging you to like believe in what you want to do, you made that decision, look what's been created. So that's really cool. Let's talk a little bit about the products we have in front of you. Since we're talking about, I flipped back to your store. Let's go to that. So Bailey does something really cool in her shop where she will do with what you did, the wrapping the book. I'll let you share. Yeah. It's really cool.
So I will say first off, we're like a used bookstore.
Yes.
But we're a new used or gently used, however you want to say it. So everything is within 10 years. So at this point it's 2016 or newer. With no like water damage, pen marks, tears, wear and tear kind of thing. I basically wanted to make something that was what I was looking for, which wasn't here. Because I love secondhand and sustainability and looking for like a diamond in the rough. And I was just looking for stuff that was either a little more current or in better condition than I felt like I saw at a lot of like traditional used bookstores.
Yeah.
So we are a little bit different than that. That being said, then we also have like the seating area that we can see out here.
It's adorable.
I call it like a used bookstore and lounge space. So like people can come and read in here or have birthday parties or book clubs or it's definitely like a community hub, which I think bookstores have been historically. And with the books and the seating space, we also have like little giftable stuff. So that's kind of what we're getting into. It'd be like stickers and bookmarks and book sleeves and mystery books and all of this kind of fun stuff. My goal was kind of I was gonna say, I want to comment, your books do look new. When she told me they were used, I was like, what? So if you're like picky about your quality of your books, like
here is a really good used bookstore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, that's my favorite thing is when people are like, I thought you said it was used. I said, they are.
Yeah.
I don't say it like that, but
you should.
I'm proud of it. Like, yeah, it takes a lot
nice.
of time. We clean everything by hand. It's all inventoried, and I treat them very well.
Yeah, I can tell.
So
I interrupted you though. So she was about to say the gifts that you have, like from different people locally, and
then, we have a few different local artists, which I'll show a couple, but like Community Hub, local support, women-owned either businesses or like hobbies, startup micro businesses. Which is really fun to be able to support that because I love that. Like I'm very passionate about people connecting and about supporting small and local things.
Yeah.
You were asking what I made.
Yes.
I made these. My friend Sarah helps me sometimes because they take a long time.
Really?
They take so long. This is a short one.
Because you have to
They're hand
place
stamped.
them.
Yeah. And it's like you have to pick out each one.
Yeah.
So we call them first line mystery books. And the little quote is, don't judge a book by the cover, judge by the first line.
Ooh,
so this is the first full sentence of the book. I try to pick ones that are shorter or else it takes like 14 hours. And then on the back, it'll have the genre. And then, of course, the little price tag.
I love the way you wrap that.
People love that. That's all Sarah. Sarah's a winner.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
She's better than I am at that. So yeah, they're fun. People really love them. It's a mystery book. They're only $13, which is a little less expensive than like the typical blind date or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those ones usually come with a little more stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's kind of like an option.
Yeah.
If you want maybe a little less, or it's just kind of a different way that I've seen it.
That's really cool. I want to ask you, you said that this is a hangout hub. Yeah. Do you allow people to bring their own books in and just kind of sit in here?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. That's good to know.
I mean, I have to pay my bills, but my goal, someone could come in one time, not buy anything, the next time they buy something, or they come in and then they tell their friend, like, oh, I was hanging out at Bailey's Book Nook today and it was super fun. Or I think just having it where people can be in the space is super important.
Yeah, I think so too. It'd be fun to do a book club in here, actually.
Yeah.
So if any of you are wanting to start a book club, you should come meet Bailey and you should pick out a book in here and have a book club. Yeah. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would be really fun. We do reading club, which is the first Wednesday of every month, which is, it's like book club, but it's almost like a book club social hour. So basically we move all these chairs and we sit in a big circle and we talk about what we're reading, what we just read. There's 4 questions. So what we're reading, what we just read is the first question. And then usually I do 2 in the middle. And then the last one is like, what do you want to read next? And then the ones in the middle will be like, what genres do you like to read? Or what's the book you love to recommend to people? Or kind of just think it's, like I said, it's a little more of a social hour, but you talk about basically what you're reading and you can read whatever at any pace. And we get a big range. We have 18, 19-year-olds. And then there's this one family that comes where it's like a mom, a daughter, and her daughter.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
And the grandma is awesome. Stark white hair. It's like a whole family. It's awesome.
That's awesome. Wow,
we have our little regulars, and then we also have people that kind of show up every other time or they try it out. I mean, it's fun. It's like getting people together. I would love to do a real book club. My brain right now, I barely have time to read what I even want to read.
Yeah, totally.
And I would hate to do a read Bailey's list book club. That would be weird.
That actually would be cool.
No,
you should make horrible. A list. Well, I love it.
It just feels a little. It feels a little. I don't know if selfish is the right word, but just I'm like, oh, you should all read what I'm gonna read.
No, I like it because it'd be interesting to hear your genre. But before we continue, because I stopped her and she was gonna show you something, I want you to show the next thing you were gonna show, and then I want to ask you your favorite kind of books. So let's not forget that question. because I would want to see your book list.
I did a little
It's not
contortionist
selfish.
there.
Yeah, that was impressive.
These are traditional blind date with a book. So these are made by Once Upon a Surprise, a local woman named Jessica. Her and her husband are fantastic people. This is like what I was saying, one of the ways that I can like support local people, women, small business, micro business, whatever it is, which is incredible that I'm able to do that. So the traditional blind date with a book will come with little things. So it's like tea packets, chocolate, a pen to make annotations. Usually there's little stickers, little bookmark. I like these a lot because they're like a activity. Like you could make a night out of these, which is really fun.
That's
like
really cool.
get brew your little tea
love
and
it.
sit and write or highlight or do like it could actually be like a date night, which I think is really cool. They're a little more expensive, which is why I have the two options. Because it comes with all the little things and it takes a lot of time and work. And she, writes out a whole like genre, vibe, keywords, the hook, like romance level, and then for fans of other like TV shows or books or that kind of thing. So you can see if you like it, and then you open it up, it's a little surprise. That's why they call it blind date with a book.
That's really cool. How much are those?
These ones are $25.
Okay.
And we have middle grade ones, which is going to be like 8 years old to 13, 14 years old.
Okay.
And those ones are $20.
Okay.
And they don't come with tea, but they come with little like pop things. I don't even know what they're called. They're over there, the little like
yeah,
like
pops. They're pops.
They're
called
pops?
well, that's what we call them in our house.
Well,
I don't know. They're like the gadget.
Yeah. It's just like a little thing to play with, and then it comes with little like chocolate and
That's so fun.
I think like a little like lots of little fidget toys with those ones.
Yeah, that's really great.
So that's cool.
Oh yeah, fidget, not gidget. I can't. That's awesome.
You asked what I like to read.
What's your
I love
genre?
to read fantasy. That's my absolute favorite.
So Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Harry
all of
Potter.
it. Yes,
those are like the most popular ones, and then there's more.
Yeah.
Have you read Narnia?
So those ones are a little more like young adult, which I didn't actually love reading as like a young adult, which is funny. So I feel like I have all of these, not Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is not young adult, but like Harry Potter, Hunger Games.
Oh yeah.
I guess those
Narnia
ones are a little
would be
more
child, right?
Narnia would be, I would say,
Children's book.
young adult, middle grade, depending on,
Yeah.
I think a lot of it can be preference and reading level.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
parents have different standards for what they want their kids to read.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So, yeah, I love fantasy. I love fantasy books, TV, movies, video games. I love like transporting into different worlds and magic systems and falling in love with the characters and the lands and the descriptions. It feels like very escape and fantastical and beautiful. I think whatever you like in like TV or movies, you'll probably like in books.
Yeah.
Probably not an end all be all, but I feel like for me, I used to say that I didn't like reading, and I was like, I can't, well, not that I couldn't read, it was that I couldn't sit down and read. But I was like, well, I only read nonfiction books. And my boyfriend, now my husband, was like, well, you should try fiction. And I was like, well, that's silly. They're not real. Why would I? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I even read about fake people? And
That's awesome. That's funny.
and then he was like, you should just try it. And so then I tried it and I was like, not really. And then he kind of got into reading and he's like, you should try again. And then I tried again with some like recommendations from some friends. And then I fell in love. And then I read like 30 books that year or something.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
wow.
just back to back to
amazing.
back. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then I couldn't stop. And so now I'm at the point where I'm like, now I'm here. I need to be a little more open about what I'm reading. So like I'm trying to read a fantasy and then a non-fantasy.
Yeah.
And then a fantasy and a non-fantasy to kind of break it up.
Yeah.
Because if you want fantasy recommendations, I can give you so many. But if
I
you
know,
want
I'm like,
other
I'm curious.
recommendations, I'm like, I can tell you, I think being here, I mean, it's a business. Like, I can tell you what authors sell super fast. Totally. I can tell you reviews that I've heard from other people. I can give you, you know, something. I've got this same book like 7 different times and it's sold within a few days every time.
Yeah,
like,
which is helpful too.
Which means I can tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can tell you, like, because I inventory and keep everything so organized, I can tell you we sell the most fantasy books out of every category. The second is usually romance or mystery thriller.
Okay.
In December, it was romance was the top and children's was the second.
Oh.
That being said, children's would probably be Christmas time, and romance is also probably Christmas time because there's lots of, like, Christmas has a lot of books attached to it.
Hallmark movies, I think I'm immediately.
Totally.
Romance.
That's, I mean, they're basically like Hallmark movie books where it's like small town girl.
That's cute.
Or, you know, big city girl comes back to her small town and like falls in love with the guy who cuts down the Christmas trees.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
and he just wants to save the orphanage or something.
Yeah, totally.
It's totally like that. So yeah, I think that's
cool.
Probably why.
Okay.
And other than that, usually fantasy.
What fantasy book are you into right now?
I just finished Alchemize, which is like a dark fantasy from, originally it was a fan fiction between Draco and Hermione from Harry Potter.
Oh my gosh.
And there's lots of those. And there's actually a lot of fan fictions that have been turned into traditional style books.
Okay.
And that one was huge this last year, and it was really good. It was very dark. It was I would be hesitant to recommend it to people who either don't like darker movies or have like a little bit of a queasy stomach.
Oh really?
But
that dark?
Yeah, it was pretty.
It's a fan. Okay,
it was a fan fiction.
So it wasn't J.K. Rowling. It was like a.
No, correct. Okay. Yeah, someone made, which there's a lot of that kind of thing. But yeah, it was like a Draco and Hermione fell in love later, and then what does that look like? And there's literally millions of that. But then there's, I mean, probably like 7 or 8 that I can think of, not by name, but like in my brain that have been from fan fiction to like a traditional style.
That's cool. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, no, I mean,
cool. I know it's legal.
This one originally was called Manacled, and then it got picked up, and it was like one of the bigger fan fictions out there. And before that, I read The Night and the Moth, which was also kind of like a darker toned, but almost darker as in like medieval.
Oh, okay.
And she could like see the future. Ooh. But then it was kind of, I don't want to say it because I don't want to give away anything.
Yeah, don't tell us.
But I actually really liked that one. That one's called The Night and the Moth.
The Night in the Moth?
The Night and the Moth.
Okay.
And it was really good. And the second one is coming out in May, I think. So pretty soon. Yeah. There's a few big releases this year for fantasy people. Which, I mean, there's probably big releases for everyone, but I know a lot of the fantasy ones, which is where I'm like, dang, I gotta broaden my spectrum.
I think it's good, though, that you know, like, what's selling, so.
Yeah.
But that's cool that you're reading other books, too. Mm-hmm. I love fantasy, too. I watch a lot of films. Yeah. I am a filmmaker, but I should be reading as well. It's as important. It is, because they give you more details in the story.
It's good for your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely get, that's what I think a lot of times when they say, like, usually the book is better, is because you get to live in the world rather than, like,
showing it, experience,
yeah. Like, you're almost more, even if it's in third person, you're almost more in first person because you're, like, jumping into it versus, like, standing back and watching.
Yep.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I love fantasy, so I'm like, okay, I should take note. I should ask you, okay, what books do you think I should dive into? If I like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Narnia, I'm trying to think of other things that aren't like popular. I am reading a series. It's called Delta T, and it's about like it's kind of space, new planet type of feel.
It's like sci-fi.
Yeah, kind of sci-fi.
Yeah.
So what would you?
Do you like romance in your books?
I do like romance in my books too.
Do you like more fantasy heavy or more romance?
Probably fantasy heavy.
And then do you like it to be so the words would be like urban fantasy versus like a traditional fantasy is more like Lord of the Rings. Urban fantasy would be like where it's a fantasy, but there's cars outside and there's texting and there's that kind of thing. So like living in the modern day.
I don't know. Maybe give me a modern day one.
I think
I don't know.
This one isn't modern day, but I think you would probably like Throne of Glass.
By
Throne of Sarah J. Maas, and she has the ACOTAR series Throne of Glass and Crescent City. Okay. And they are very big, but they're big for a reason. They're fantastic. Check it out.
That's cool. I'll check it out.
They're Throne of Glass specifically. She started writing when she was a lot younger. It's an epic fantasy. I mean, it's like a whole world building, but a very understandable world building. Okay. An awesome FMC, which is female main character.
Ooh, okay. I'm totally gonna read this. That's cool.
She's really tough.
Okay.
And has experienced some pretty rough things, but it's like little acts of kindness when you don't have to be, and how that comes back to you in the end. That's cool.
Okay. I'm totally sold.
Yeah. This
awesome.
This author does beautiful, like I said, world building, character building. Mm-hmm. I just feel like you fall in love with new worlds and people and the love between the characters. Mm-hmm. Even it's just, you can experience everything, and it's so cool.
That's awesome.
I think read, and it's just so good for your brain, and
it's really good for your brain to read. Mm-hmm. I need to read more. I literally,
I love films too.
Yeah, I love films. But I have a book I need to read because I'm writing a film, and I need to read the book to. Anyways,
cool.
I'm I need to put it in a certain place and be like, that's what you do when you have those 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Maybe put it in the bathroom or something. Maybe that will help. Yeah, put it in the shower.
You put it in a.
Yeah,
totally.
Put it in the shower and just be yeah. Maybe I could find a way to I could put it in a plastic.
I was gonna say like a Ziploc
something, and then that's fine.
It's funny.
I don't know about that. I want to just sit in the shower or stand in the shower.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we get to a couple other things before we have to end it. How long have we been going, Tom?
We're a little over an hour.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Okay, yeah, we should be wrapping this up. Okay. So the thought that I had, what was it? Oh my goodness. Well, one thought, do you want to share the Kinsey quilts real fast?
Yeah.
And then, if you guys are enjoying this show, please subscribe and like us. I know it's probably annoying hearing that, but it's true, because if you subscribe and like us, it helps us know. Or don't like us and send a comment.
As you should do with everything that you enjoy, and support small creators. And
thank you. Yeah. Always. Yeah. And if there's something you want to suggest, or questions that you have for Bailey, or even for myself, put it in the comments, please. So, okay, what is this?
So the last one that we were looking at of little snippets that we have is another local small. I call them micro businesses.
That's cool.
Kinsey Quilts. She also has an Etsy. She does book sleeves. She does. This is a book sleeve, so this will go over a traditional covered book.
Okay.
We also have Kindle cases by her.
Ooh.
She does these big oversized, beautiful bows for display. It's just a giant bow that you can put on the wall.
Uh-huh.
She also does little purse charms and all these things. She's great.
That's great.
But I really love, like I said, looking for small people that I can support and push, and they also help me grow.
Yeah,
and,
that's great.
It's definitely a symbiotic, I think that's the right word, relationship where we're both have a positive effect.
Yes, I know. Yeah, we both want to do that. I like that. So we'll wrap up, but I want to, so I'm going to recap. We got to talk about marriage. We got to talk about fears and how we're overcoming them daily. We got to talk about something that we should all do is be grateful and talk about our gratefulness in the morning to start our day.
Yeah.
But what is anything else that you want to share, Bailey? Like either like something that we we didn't say or you wanted to say and I interrupted you, or anything else that you want to share with the audience, with myself?
I don't think so. I think we did pretty good.
We did good. Oh,
I know we didn't jump. Oh yeah, we got Theory coffee.
We got Theory coffee, by the way. I have myself a decaf oat milk latte with some stevia in it. What do you have? As you're drinking.
Just a whole milk iced vanilla latte. They're great. You're always welcome to go over to Theory and grab a coffee and bring it over here and read a book, meet a friend.
That sounds great.
Play. Everyone loves to play.
There's games over here.
What is that? 4x4? What is that called?
I've never played that.
Cross 4.
Oh wait, the one that's
it's not
up?
checkers. Yeah.
The one where it's the 4. Connect 4.
Connect 4. People love
Connect 4 is fun.
So yeah, grab a coffee at Theory. Come and play Connect 4.
Or Scrabble. Or
yeah, try to play me in Scrabble. I love playing Scrabble.
Candyland. Yeah, Scrabble is fun. Yeah, and thank you all for being a part of our coffee date. We got to drink good coffee, good conversation, and we're so grateful for you guys. And at the end we like to do a little clink. So thanks for coming, Bailey.
Yeah, thank you. Clink.
Clink. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Bye.